Hey yo, what's going on guys? Scissors here, back again with another video. Today, as you can see, I am 100th global right now, but that's not what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about this 21 challenge that I just did. I don't know why I just spent 10 gems to start another one, but oh well. As you can see, I got all the way through it, and I actually used this giant deck here that I made a few days ago. I was pushing with it on top ladder. I felt that this spot share deck, which I might make a video on another time, is a bit better for top ladder at the moment. But as you can see, with the challenge down here, we got the 21s. We're going to be going through some replays, of course. I think I went 21 overall. I just lost like some Inferno Dragon hog deck. This guy's obviously a pretty good player. He got 17 wins. But yeah, we're going to hop into some replays, see what I did, and see how you guys can maybe get that 20 win of your own. So this game, I was 18-1 at the start of the game, and this is actually pretty funny. As you can see, we both started laughing, we both started saying wow, because we are both in Nova Esports, as you guys can tell. Wow, well played coming out from this guy. And throughout this game, I actually had some struggles, like, figuring out what deck he was playing. I know now that he's playing, of course, the evermost infamous Spellbait deck that's been going around recently. As you can see, it's got Tesla, Ice Wizard, it's got Rocket, Log, and Poison, so a very spell-heavy deck. Really doesn't have any other win condition other than just rocketing him out. So I kept thinking, oh, he's gonna play some Hog Rider, oh, he's gonna play some Graveyard, he's gonna play something, but it never really ended up happening. So I just kept Minor Poison, chipping it with his tower. I thought that he would have Tornado, as he did have Ice Wizard and Knight. So Tornado is a very common card when used with Ice Wizard and Knight. So I kept putting my Minor in the safe spot. However, he didn't really predict it, which I was kind of surprised by. So as you can see here, not much too crazy going on right now. We're just kind of cycling. He's getting some poison chip damage. We're getting some minor poison chip damage. Of course, we do have the minor, and he doesn't have any real direct damage troops on his deck, I guess. So we do have a bit of an advantage early game with the chip damage. We can poison, we can log as well. So yeah, I'm just going to log these skeletons here, maybe get another extra hit with the minor. We do actually end up hitting that Knight with the log, and his tower goes down to 1300 HP. So you can see we have a huge damage advantage, and I know at this point he does have that Tesla. He also has that Ice Wizard, so it's really not going to be very advantageous for me to play my Giant down, unless he's already played a Tesla and it's kind of out of cycle. So I do end up playing a Giant in the back here, knowing that he just played a Tesla and I had to be up a good amount of elixir. As you can see, I was actually up, I believe, 4 elixir when I played that Giant, because he overcommitted on defense with that Tesla, assuming I was going to go in with either a Hog or a Giant or, you know, something aggressive tank-wise. So I ended up playing a Mega Minion. I think I ended up poisoning this Tesla as well with the Minor. Play the Minor right into the poison, where the poison hit the Tesla. Also defend the Minor, and as you can see at this point, he makes a bit of a desperation play. He ends up rocketing my Mega Minion, and my Minor the Giant doesn't get any hits, so it was kind of a good play from him. But at this point, I had basically won the game, as he didn't have the Rocket in hand to start Rocket cycling me. He had gotten that Rocket on the tower, and, you know, the Minor and the Mega Minion had kind of disappeared. I believe he would have ended up winning this game. It's a bit of a strange Tesla placement right there. He gets a good Minor predict though, but we do get a value poison with the Knight, the tower, and the Ice Wizard taking that out. And yeah, as you can see here, we're just kind of chipping him out. We know at this point that he doesn't have any big, you know, win con troops other than the Rockets. So I believe he just Rockets here. He does end up going for the poison. Gets some nice value there, hits my Mega Minion a little bit, kills my Ice Wizard with the log. But right now, we're just trying to Minor him out faster than he can Rockets out. And he does make a little bit of a mistake right there. He tries to predict the Knight. He does get it, or the Minor. He does get it with the Ice Spirit. However, he plays the Knight somewhere else, which you always want to wait and see where the Ice Spirit, or where the Minor goes. And with the Ice Spirit, you can just play it right on the Minor, so we take it out nice and easy. And we do get that last Minor poison there. As you can see, our tower is in rocket range, but we do end up taking the win up against, oh yeah, from Nova Esports. Okay, so next I want to show you a game against JabCCR. This guy did actually get 21s in the challenge. As you can see, he does have Pekka and Poison in his deck. So you're thinking, oh, you know, we have Giant, he's Pekka, so he obviously has a hard counter. But I do play this matchup in a very specific way. I don't know if I ever played Giant. I might have played it once throughout this matchup. I think I played it in the beginning, which ended up costing me a lot of damage from that tower. We got that Poison, and that, he had that Poison, we had that NATO and the Ice Wizard to take out the Battle Ram and the minions. However, we are up 2 elixir here, so I do end up going for that Giant in the back, not knowing what he has at the moment. So we play the Giant in the back, and as you can see, he's already hovering that Pekka. He already knows what's coming. So he's going to play that Pekka down onto his left lane, and it's going to take out my giant. As you can see here, I think I throw out maybe some angry faces. I don't know, I'm definitely feeling some kind of angry faces. Up against giant is very hard to win this type of matchup. So we get that miner onto the tower, onto the E's actually, and we do poison that as well. That's going to get some chip damage. It's going to take out the minions, the E's, and do some damage to the Pekka and the tower, which is of course very nice for us. The giant does not get any hits, and the Pekka does waddle back to kill our miner. However, he doesn't really have anything to take out my minions except for the Ice Spirit, but the Ice Spirit will let the bats have one of them alive, which will take out the Pekka. I do play an Ice Wizard here just to stop that. Make sure it doesn't get any hits on our tower, because that would be very, very bad. We do pull the Bandit and Battle Ram to our Ice Wizard, so getting some great value with that, and also having a counter push here. I believe I do miner on the left lane, even if I do miner at all. I don't actually end up minering there. Maybe I could have committed a little bit of elixir, but I end up just poisoning that Ewiz. I don't think it'll get any hits on the tower here. I might have played that poison a little bit late, so I think it actually will get one hit on the tower, but nothing too bad, of course. And yeah, here's where he makes a bit of a mistake. So, as you can see, I know he has the Pekka. We are just going to mine onto his tower. He plays the Pekka in the back. Normally you want to save Pekka for that giant. You want to just use your cycle cards like minions, battle ram, you know, bandit, stuff like that, Ewiz. So we do get some good chip damage on the tower, and now we can just go into defense mode, really, not trying to overcommit anything. We do poison and log onto this battle ram. That'll get nowhere, I believe. He does play a bandit or an Ewiz down here to support the spec. He does end up going for an Ewiz. We have double Ice Wizard right now. We have Mega Wizard, the tower locked on. So there's no way this push is breaking through at all. I do believe I make a bit of a mistake here with that bandit. Oh no, actually we don't. We defend that quite well. Ice Wizard stays alive as well. We do let the Battle Ram charge down the right lane, but we know that he can't really get that many big counter pushes down the right lane as we are pushing that left lane. So we don't really have to worry about too much damage when going down there. As long as we keep it, you know, somewhat healthy, as it is at 929 HP right now, we are really in the clear. Now, I think I do play Giant down here, but only because tower is at 800, and with that Giant going down the lane, we can poison, and he knows at this point that the game is over. We can miner as well. I believe he had nothing. Even if he played that bandit onto that Giant, it still would have connected, and the miner in the back would have taken out the tower. So he really didn't have anything there, just really saving your Giants, making sure that they're not prepared for your push, and yeah, that'll get us the dub right there. Okay, now this is the final boss of the 21 challenge. Right now I am 19-1 up against Sandstrom. Of course, he gives us some wows. He clearly knows who we are, at least has heard of my name before. And at this point, I feel kind of bad for this guy because he only ended up getting 18 wins. We got that 20 win and 1 loss, of course. So we're just going to start off the game. He plays Goblins at the river. We kind of maybe overcommit a little bit with that Ice Wizard and that Mega Minion, but I'm not too worried about it. We can go on a nice counter push, and he does play that Night Witch there, so I feel free to be over aggressive because most times with Night Witch, they are playing a Golem deck, as this guy is playing right here. And if they have a Golem, they really can't commit quickly. They kind of have to slow roll a push in the back. By that time, I could already cycle back to another poison for defense, so I'm not really too worried. And he does play that Golem in the back. I do believe I play Giant and Bats at the river here, trying to keep up that aggression. I know that most Golem decks run things like Tornado and Log, so he came to zap my minions there, which is nice. He's the Tornado back to my Giant. He does misplay the Tornado a little bit, but gets the Night Witch down onto that Giant. We do play an Ice Wizard against this Golem, which is a very good defense against it. It kills the stuff in the back, it slows the support units down, and it of course slows and damages the Golem. So it's very strong right now as it one-shots bats and skeletons. Here we get a nice poison on that, just to kill the Night Witch, and we tornado the Golem and Night Witch away from our Ice Wizard. That way the Night Witch doesn't splash onto the Ice Wiz, and we can take out the Golem without it getting any major splash onto our tower. Now I believe he just plays another Mega Minion in the back. He might actually Golem here, so he just Golem here, which leaves him, of course, at 0 elixir. He's like no pump in his deck, so that was obviously a very, very overcommittal play. He does play Mega Minion, which got some pretty good placement because my Mega Minion did lock onto his Golem, but without anything onto that Giant, this Giant is just going to tear through that tower there. And we have Ice Wizard for defense, of course, against the Golem. We also have the Poison and the NATO next card, so there's no way this guy's going to be able to break through. Just trying to NATO my Ice Wiz into his Golem, into his Night Witch, which does actually take it out pretty effectively. However, we do Tornado that back, so it won't get any big significant damage. Just get one swing on the tower, but just get a second Golem down here, actually. So we cycle cycle Ice Foods, we cycle Mega Minion, and we get that poisonous, get some chip damage, we put that onto the Mega Minion, keeping our Mega Minion alive, and then we end up tornadoing the Golem and the Night Witch back into my Ice Wizard and into the poison, keeping our towers safe. Of course, this deck is very strong defensively. As you can see here, it has the log, it has the Ice Wizard, it's got that tornado, so against Hog, Log, Bait, you know, really anything you can think of. Balloon has Mega Minion, Lava Balloon has Mega Minion, Poison, NATO. So it's very, very, very strong defensively. And yeah, we are able to clean up this challenge here with one last giant push. As you do with the Golem deck, you got barely any damage on the tower. We did deal a little bit. I am, of course, excited to get that 20 win. This was not technically my first try. I mean, I went into one 21 challenge with Splash Yard that didn't end up working out. We ended up losing, like, we won the first game and we got completely hard counter the next two games. You know, I just threw the challenge and we ended up 20-1 for that one. So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. I will try to see if I can throw up the chest opening. I actually took it from my stream. But yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. I will see you next time. Peace out. Hey, 20-1, not bad. Wish I had gotten that. Ugh, missed the poison. No, that's too savage, bro. Ooh, 250k gold, not bad. Ew, bro, I didn't even get max cannon card. No, I'm so sad.